What's good, YouTube? DM Gaming here, guys. Campus Huddle. We got a title update. So, as you all know, they're going to be doing these title updates. They're going to be giving us the information for what's going to be in the update a day before, or maybe 2 days before the updates hit. So it's set for tomorrow. All right, and then Madden is the early release for that is going to be Friday, or is it Thursday? Today's Tuesday, Wednesday the 6th, Thursday the 7th. So I haven't read this. We're going to be looking into this together. I just finished watching the Madden gameplay, which I wish they had showed a full game instead of just highlights. To me, it's easy to make a game look good when you're showing just highlights. It's the same way in real life with football film, highlights, you're showing the best. You're not showing the full thing in motion, but the game does look a little bit faster, which is good. I got on 25 this past week. And I told him in the Discord, it feels sluggish and clunky, bro. Oh man. But anyway, let's get into these Campus Huddle notes, guys. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn the bell icon on so you don't miss a single upload. DM, where have you been? Guys, I've been lifing. I've been playing college football still, but I've been playing other games, man. I have. I've been playing a lot of Destiny 2 with the new updates to that. Some Wulong, Fallen Feathers. I just been playing other games as well as getting, playing college football. I've still been playing college football. Head coach at Texas right now. But just kind of taking a break from streaming, gearing down, kind of getting the business gearing back up for the school year coming and stuff like that. So, gonna get back to the uploads and stuff like that, man. Don't worry, don't fret. I ain't went away. So let's look at the Campus Huddle, stuff for today. I don't care about the intro, do y'all? No, they ain't saying nothing. So anyway, gameplay, coverage, hard flats behavior. Defenders now stay closer to the line and recognize swing routes as threats in the flats. Your cover two, phone ringing. Cover two Tampa, the middle defender now gets deeper, maintaining better leverage position against deep threats, especially from 3-by-1 formations. That's actually good because that is. Which I know you can manually make him get back there, but they should. Cover 3 match include Buzz Marble in Zone Blitz 3. Logic improvements for defenders when reacting to slot receivers attempting to out-leverage the defense on deep routes. That's good. Cover 2 match includes cover 6-9 Zone Blitz 2. Logic improved for defenders guarding inside and vertical routes, especially in formations like bunches and stacks. Improves defense against outside throws and motion-heavy offenses. Guys, this stuff, the match, and then I see palms down here, bro. That's good. Cover 4 quarters against 3-by-1 sets. Corners and safeties pick up appropriate vertical threat to ensure that the number 3 receiver is covered on deep routes. I'm so glad they're adding logic to these trip sets. That's very, very difficult to replicate in a game because it is tough to do that kind of stuff. It's tough to cover it in real life. And for those out who don't know what a 3-by-1 set is, it's basically 3 receivers to one side, 1 receiver to the other side. We would have like a rose check to that in our palms coverage. So cover 4 palms in cover 6. Corners won't press by default on trips side, reducing chances of one-play touchdowns. That's pretty cool. I mean, generally when you're playing trips, you don't generally have that corner pressing. You could, because we would have a trips coverage where if they're in trips, then that corner is going to be manned up. Or sometimes we would have on the number 1 receiver, of course. That corner would be manned up, and then your 2 safeties would basically palms the number 2 and number 3 receivers with help from the linebacker. So there's various different ways, guys. There's not just it doesn't work to where there's just one way to do this. There's, you know what I'm saying? It's football. There's multiple ways to do multiple different things. So That's interesting. I'm gonna have to see that whenever they do this update. Hop in there and see this stuff. So blocking, they're getting some improvements to blocking, pass blocking and pass rush. Pre-play resolved the issue where quarterback animations prevented players from making protection adjustments blocking the running back. The protection menu now closes automatically after making an adjustment. Visual feedback fixed display issues where pass block lines after hot routing the halfback. And then blocking logic and enhancements, improve recognition of stunts and loops across base, empty and slide protections. So I mean, yeah. Let's continue. I'm gonna come back to that. Base protection is less effective against stunts, reflecting its man-on-man nature. This is a good thing because if you're base, you know what I'm saying. What this is gonna actually this is gonna piss a lot of people off because guys, this is gonna make you have to use your pass protections more. You're gonna have to adjust. So when they say base, that means when you pick a play, okay, the default pass protection, okay. And I think people get confused whenever they said like, hey guys, the pass protection is going to be built in for the plays, right? So people are like, okay, cool. So I don't really have to adjust my pass protection. No, you still need to. You may have to. Let me say you're not going to need to 100%, but you may still have to adjust your pass protection based on what the defense is doing. Okay? So understand these things, guys. Learn these pass protections, learn how to use certain ones at what time and things of that nature. Because some of y'all are having issues with pass blocking and it's not the game messing up, it's you not picking the right pass protection for the route combinations that you're trying to throw. Blockers are better at identifying late blitzers and avoiding premature handoffs that lead to free rushers. This is a big deal. Okay, because yes, there are moments in the game where somebody comes late on the blitz. Like normally, if they're blitzing or something, they'll walk up to the line, they'll show blitz. Those are picked up. It's whenever the linebackers sit back at depth and then they come and blitz. I've even had it happen. It doesn't happen often. Don't let people tell you, it's game's broken. It happens all the time. No, it don't. But there are times where the linebacker would come from linebacker depth on the blitz, and the running back somebody would just simply not pick them up. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool that they're fixing that. So we should see with all of this right here, you should see improvements to blocking logic, which is a good thing, very good. But guys, I'm gonna tell you this one right here, you're going to have to because remember, this is for pass rush as well. This is offensive and defensive stuff. You are going to have to start learning how to use your pass protection. Look at what the defense is doing and adjust your pass protection. Guys, it's college football. I guarantee there's not a team that plays college football that they don't come out and make adjustments to their pass protections. Okay. Pocket behavior. Tuning to decrease the likelihood of pass blockers staying in double teams unnecessarily. Huge. Huge, guys. This is huge. Wow. That's big because this would happen. People would have these issues. Reduce frequency of illegal man downfield penalties. I've never had that called. Edge rushers now better recognize when they're being out leveraged by scrambling quarterbacks. This is good. I like that. This is the update. This right here, bro. This is going to change some things. Now, it's also going to make people have to play some real damn football. This, like I said, that base protection thing right here, oh man, you better adjust your pass protection. But I like this one right here, okay? I love this. And then difficulty tuning, increased pass rush effectiveness on Heisman and All-American. Thank you, baby Jesus. Because what if I told y'all about Heisman? Bro, they make the other team Super Saiyans. You know what I'm saying? So it's really good that, I found that my pass rushing wasn't as effective. And yeah, I can increase the sliders. No problem. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. This is pretty good. And then decreased pass rush effectiveness on lower difficulties. Interesting. So I don't that I mean you're kind of just keeping it balanced across the board. If that's what it sounds like, you're increasing the pass rushing effectiveness on Heisman and All American, but then on what is it, junior varsity and varsity, or freshman and varsity, whatever it's called. I don't know the other two levels. I know the default is varsity. Decrease the pass rush effectiveness on lower, so it's decreased. Which I mean, what it means, guys, is it probably was overpowered. I don't know. Because I've never played the game on the lower two difficulties. When I first started playing the game, I played on All American. And the pass rush was sufficient. I liked it. So the fact that they're increasing it, bro, I'm going to tell you, this right here is probably going to be the most preferred play style. All-American is going to be the most preferred for the most balance. That's your most balanced play style. Okay, so then run blocking and run shed. Targeting fixes resolved the issue where blockers missed or switched targets in open field, including on RPOs and core blocking schemes. Okay. Run game enhancements added logic to allow users to be able to untarget defenders on run plays using the ID. Wow! Bro, this is huge. I told y'all before this game came out, this is the most customizable game. And I ain't talking about effing equipment. Jesus Christ, I'm not talking about equipment. Guys, to be able to untarget defenders on a run play, we already had it on pass plays. But now you can do it on run plays. That is outstanding. Added logic to allow users to be able to untarget defenders on run plays. I can't wait to test that out. Bro, running the ball is already like I'm so raw at running the ball. And I'm gonna tell y'all a little tip. Because I adjusted my speed threshold to 17, and I noticed that inside run plays aren't as effective because I guess the defense is able to get off the blocks a lot easier. So if you want to be able to run the ball better, make sure your speed threshold is at 50. I do a lot of inside zone. A lot of my scheme in the veer and shoot is based. My run game is 95% inside zone. Now, it doesn't matter the formation. Inside zone, not always effective, but the veer and shoot, because you don't have as many guys on the line of scrimmage, you don't have a lot of sweeps and outside run plays. A lot of your run plays are in the middle because the defense is so spread out. So for people trying to say, oh, well, why don't you try to run sweeps and blah, 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 shut your dumb ass up. No football, okay? The defense is spread out, so they're more vulnerable up the middle, okay? You want to be able to run up the middle so that when they get down and they fill up the box, now you hit them on the outside with pass plays. But anyway, I have to digress. I'm sorry to rant, but I'm thinking like that, Bob. Somebody always got to argue stupid stuff. So the fact that now I can say, hey, I'm running inside zone to this left, to the play side B gap. I don't need to worry. I don't need y'all to worry about this guy, this defensive end on the backside. So now I can say, hey, don't worry about him, which frees up that lineman to go and get somebody else. Bro, the depth with this alone. Oh my gosh, this is going to be fun. I'm still thinking about this right here. This is going to be fun. You know what I'm saying? Because even playing against computer, you're going to have to start using your pass blocking. That is so, man, this is dope. Okay, so they fixed the bug, the next one. They fixed the bug causing double teams to split too slowly, preventing blockers from reach. Bro, this is the update that will change college football. This update will change the game. People complaining about blocking, which let me tell y'all, I personally haven't had an issue with blocking, but I also don't sit there and just try to nitpick the game to be like, oh, that play didn't work for me. It happens. Yes, it does happen where your guy just doesn't pick somebody up, but it doesn't happen enough to break the game or cause you to lose games. Okay, if you lost a game because of that play, then you wasn't doing right in the game anyway. But this is dope because, I didn't have this issue because I never get on the sprint button behind the line of scrimmage. So my guys, my linemen the double team would be there, but you can go watch it on stream. They would consistently get to the second level. I personally never had this issue, but Some people did. What did they say? They fixed bugs that caused, because it would happen sometimes, okay? Lead blocker logic and halfback targeting in under center formations have been improved to target the biggest threat in the open field. That's big. That's big. That's another big thing. And like I said, one thing that I noticed in 26 compared to 25 is that in 26, you have those guys. It seems like the blocking logic is pretty good to me. That's why I don't like when people complain about it, because I'm like, dude, not only do the linemen go to the second and sometimes even the third level to get blocks, but it seems like your players are more aware of the most dangerous guy. You know what I'm saying? So the most dangerous threat. I love that. So engagement and shedding logic. Defenders leverage now appropriately affects blocking outcomes. That's good, because playing on Heisman, you don't really get that a whole lot. Defensive linemen shed blocks more realistically in short yardage situations. And I know people are gonna say, why is that? Let me explain this. The reason why in short yardage situations is because the playbook is it. Well, I ain't gonna say the playbook is smaller, but defenses are way more aggressive in short yardage situations, because the majority of the time, teams in short yardage situations are gonna run the ball. Edge players no longer disengage inside or take unrealistic inside angles. I tend to control the linemen, so if I take a wrong angle, that's all on me. Reduce defender, and this is the thing with this. Who are you controlling on defense? Some people play on the linebackers. When I was growing up, I used to always play on the secondary. I used to always play on the corners or the safeties. But in recent years, I've played on the line because I feel like they weren't doing a good job of getting pressure, so I would do it myself. So some stuff that people would have issues with, I just wouldn't see because I was controlling them. Does that make sense? Reduce defender control on block steering interactions. I guess the steering interactions was overpowered. Animation and rating logic. Defenders with big rating advantages now trigger super win animations correctly, which is a good thing. They should. Fix issues where edge rushers didn't respond properly to scrambling quarterbacks. That's an animation thing. And look at what they said, a ratings logic. This is an animation. This one is the ratings thing with big rating advantages. That's what they said. Not small ones, not medium, big rating advantages. If I'm a which is scary. If I'm a defensive end and I'm 99 overall going against a tackle that's a 60 overall, that's going to be a matchup nightmare. So it's going to be some people complaining about this because they don't understand that ratings matter. But anyway, general blocking animations resolve multiple animation issues causing failure to match engagements. Frozen players, okay? Players stuck in disengages, impact blocks, and animations playing in the wrong direction. So for those of y'all that the players would kind of stall out, this fixes that issue. This should fix that. This is big because the game hasn't even been out a month and they're already fixing these big time issues. Guys, they listen to you. They watch social media. And people saying, oh, the game's broken, the game's broke. Bro, shut up. Shut up. All you got to do is get on Twitter, post your video, tag them in it, and say, hey, this is an issue. And they're going to fix it. They're going to fix it. The game ain't broke. There's bugs and stuff in every single game. You know what I'm saying? Just let them know what your issue is, and they going to fix it. The fact that this stuff is being addressed this early in the game's lifespan is outstanding. Because I know from football games in the past, stuff like this would never get fixed. Or they would fix it the next year or something like that. This is awesome. So run fits and pursuits. Tuning to improve effectiveness of quarterback contained defenders versus play action bootlegs. Because, what would happen is it depends. If you did run commit, then on the play action, you're going to get 8 alive because they are going to tackle the running back. But I tend to do a lot of pass commit. And so on play actions, what it does, it frees my linemen up. They don't trigger on the running back on play actions. They're free. Even on the read plays, they don't trigger on the running back. But if you run commit, they will. Tuning to improve man coverage effectiveness versus jet motion, specifically for the defender to continue following the motion through the snap. That's good. That's good. That's good. Playbooks, adjusted wildcat and flex bone plays, including quarterback power swing, direct snap, and fullback dive logic. They need to fix it to where, on some plays, I'll have to show y'all. There's a play in my playbook. I'll have to show y'all. It's like it's bugged, where the snap, it's like the quarterback doesn't even take the snap, but he plays out the motion and the ball just flies behind him, and the defense ends up getting it. Split flex bone fullback toss into two types: fullback sweep, pin and pull, and then fullback zone toss, which is outside zone. Fix blocking issues on rocket toss, buck sweep, and pistol play action halfback wheel plays. Improve motion consistency across plays set and fix alignment issues in no huddle formations. Yes, this one right here. Because whenever I would no huddle in the stack, the receivers are supposed to be stacked. But when I no huddle, they'll split for some reason. So I'm glad they're fixing that. That's good. Because I would have to spend time trying to audible to get them back where I need them. Disable playmaker flip on flexbone fullback dive to prevent broken handoffs. Added new content to Army, Navy, Air Force, and option generic offense, including new flexbone and wingback formations. Okay, so they already added formations. Introduce go-go generic offense and expanded air raid generic offense. Okay. Hold on. So they added a new playbook? Introduced go-go generic offense and expanded air raid generic. Bro, I might have to get into the playbook. Just a little. What? That's cool. Updated play call suggestions to avoid duplicate play types in the same row. Okay, some variety. Added goal line set to UTSA and made single back spread default to 4 wide receivers. Fix pitchman behavior on option plays and improve backside logic blocking on RPOs and play action. That's big. The pitching on option plays, yeah, the logic. But that backside blocking on RPOs, which RPOs I hadn't had an issue with, but play actions, actually, I really hadn't. I'm telling y'all, when I tell you I hadn't had issues with blocking like a lot of people have or some people have, but that's still good. Sync play action bootlegs with their paired runs and gave all play action walk plays inside zone fake blocking. This is that slow mesh right here, the walk plays. Improve deep post corner routes, to better sell the pose. Thank you, baby Jesus. Okay. That's one of my favorite route combinations. If you get blocking on that and you get a good setup, bro, that's a nasty route combination. Reduce snap delay on reload and double motion plays where the quarterback can have back swap. I'm interested in this. Introduce the go-go generic offense. Who runs the go-go? Ain't that UNLV? And then they expanded the air raid generic offense. So there's going to be more formations and plays in the air raid offense. So next, Dynasty mode. We've added 2 new awards, which are both available in the trophy room. The Sean Alexander Award was added, which is given to the best freshman of the year. Okay. And then the Jet Award, which is given to the best special teams returner. Cool. To help players make better decisions when determining who to target in the transfer portal, career wear and tear is now shown in the player module while viewing the transfer portal spreadsheet, bro. So now you can look at a player's injury history, bro. This is cool. This update right now. This is getting my coaching whistle. It's getting there, guys. I'm just telling you. It's getting there. The Latinas get it harder, but this is definitely getting it there. Corrected the issue with lighting and game times. Now, in-game times properly reflect local time. This means that a 9 p.m. Eastern time game in Hawaii will correctly be at 3 p.m. local time. Added new scheduling rules for non-Eastern time teams to ensure their games start at the correct times locally. Added additional rules reflecting the limitations on day games in Arizona in early fall months. Bro, you talk about the level of depth. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know that they had limitations on that. I didn't. That's crazy. Added the team uniforms to player portraits on full screen notifications. Okay. Yeah, because they generally just have the white jersey with the black thing, didn't they? Tuned ability prerequisites to better align with positional archetypes. For example, Pocket Disruptor, okay, for Pure Power and Power Rusher no longer require power moves. Pocket Disruptor for Speed Rushers no longer require finesse moves. Dude, look, Scott tweeting, man. He tweeting. Hold on, man. Scott's out here tweeting. Okay. Updated skill groups for many archetypes to ensure they have access to every ability for their archetype, especially toughness. Exception for the dot ability on gadget receivers for balance purposes. In rare situations, the gadget receiver can still be generated with dot. Multiple fixes to player style grades across various archetypes. Updated box specialists to use defensive rush yards against per game. That's good. Updated signal caller playing style rank to use the correct ordering. They increased speed and acceleration for safeties in recruit generation, especially 3 and 4 star coverage specialists and hybrids. Thank you, because I'm like, bro, these safeties are so dang slow. This is crazy. The Pro Potential Mod School grade now properly updates after draft results and before the start of the transfer portal. Thank you. Increase the number of players in the transfer portal who start in the open status. Thank you. Thank you. When in the record screen, switching between national season game tabs will now maintain your current filter, allowing you to easily... Thank you. I was literally looking at that yesterday, and it's crazy the little things that kind of annoy you, because it's like, dang, you switch a tab and then you got to go find your team again and all that. It's crazy. Okay. Updated Boise State's rushing touchdown record, Big Ten rushing yards record, Conference USA receptions record, and Missouri State's rushing touchdown records. And then Super Sim. Reduce the number of pass attempts for AI teams. Increase yards per catch for teams with elite wide receiver ones. Increase design quarterback run plays to ensure that running quarterbacks more closely align to their real-world rushing averages. And this is for Sim. That's Sim logic right there. That's good. Added weekly summary notifications to alert when a player is visiting that week. Wow. That's cool. Fixed an issue where non-user coaches could appear as vacant. We saw that on stream. Remember, anytime I would go to try to see what their playbooks were so that I could game plan, it would always say vacant. So that's good that they fixed that. Fix the issue where you would be unable to change a player's position after viewing their player card. Fix the issue where team win percentages did not include bowl games. Also fixed a related issue where the winning seasons coach stat was not incrementing properly. I don't know why I got tongue tied on that. Let Burns tell it. You say Texas education. Setting the player edit permission setting to the commissioner no longer allows non-commissioner users to edit height and weight of their players. When exit, and people may say this is important because of physics-based stuff that's in the game. Your height and your weight. That's why that stuff is important. Why a player, because some people are like, wow, why does that matter? That's why. When exiting auto sub screen, you will now be prompted with a pop-up asking if you want to save your changes. That's good. Updated teams' athletic facilities and brand exposure mod school grades. Good. because some teams have upgraded their facilities, guys. Fix an issue causing team builder my school grades to not align with website grades late in the season. Added the strategist archetype icon to the player module deal breaker subpanel when a player's deal breaker has been lowered due to the bar ability. Fix an issue where FCS teams showed under the ACC filter when selecting an opponent in custom schedules. Fix an issue in staff moves where the coach module would display the coach's record with their new school as their record with the previous school. It now correctly shows 0-0. Fix an issue in custom conferences where you could add a school to the conference they're already in. Custom schedules now show the correct location from neutral game sites. Added a counter to formation subs, displaying the total number of subs that have been made. All right, road to glory. When adding a school, to your top schools list, you will now see if that school has offered you a scholarship, regardless of whether or not they're in your top 10. Fix the issue where offers would be given or revoked when advancing to signing day. Reduce the amount of test readiness needed to pass your exam to more closely align with scrape by. Note, if you already have a low GPA, you will still need to get higher than scrape by in order to stay eligible. Guys, I haven't played much Road to Glory. I hadn't played Road to Glory since the game came out. And it's not because I don't like the game mode. It's because Dynasty mode is just the bee's knees. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think because Road to Glory has kind of put a bad taste in my mouth in the past. But I got to get back on Road to Glory. Because Madden is coming out too. And I actually do want to play Superstar mode this year. Reduce the amount of wear and tear damage incurred from training. Thank you. That's good. Metal threshold for gap drill for cornerbacks have been reduced. Bruh. This has been an issue for me. So I'm glad they fixed that. Added player feedback notifications when exiting high school games. Added a new sponsorship deal to be earned via NIL. Cool. Fixed the issue where you could not graduate in 3 years if you redshirted your first season. Fixed the issue allowing you to spend energy points on leadership and brand even when the meters were already full. Fix an issue where your current school appeared as one of the schools you could transfer to in the transfer portal. They need to do that in Dynasty too, because you would have some players that would transfer. They would be like, oh, I'm leaving the portal or I'm hitting the portal. But it's crazy. When you try to persuade them, they would leave, but they would show up as an interested player or a player that you could recruit in the transfer portal. So you could eventually end up signing them again. It's so dumb. But I have a fix for that. Like, my thing is, what they should do when you persuade a player is be able to let us choose how we want to persuade them as a promise. But if we don't meet that promise, then we're locked out. That player transfers the next year and we're completely locked out. I think that would be cool. Fix the issue with Mike linebacker not displaying properly in the trophy room. Oh my God. Guys, I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Ultimate Team, I don't care for Ultimate Team. I have not played Ultimate Team. So if you do care for Ultimate Team, I'm not gonna read through this. You can go to the website and read through it, or you can pause the screen and read this, because I'm not gonna read all that. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Okay. Presentation, player equipment and uniforms. Uh-oh. And it's a small section. Adjusted neck length and helmet fitment on most players. It's crazy that people complained about that. But they fixed it. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with them complaining about that. You want the game to look real. And so they did. Tennessee, them uniforms look sick, bro. I like that. Adjusted hair helmet placement for players with longer hair. See, and here's my deal. This is proof. Guys, you don't have to get on social media and act like a spoiled bitch. Yes, I said that. The whining. Oh, yeah, y'all need to fix this. This is stupid. Blah, 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 blah. Bro, all you got to do is say, hey, guys, can we fix this? They're paying attention. You don't have to act like a spoiled little bitch to get stuff fixed, bro. All you have to do is post it and tell them. The whining like we 3-year-olds, bro, people got to stop that. Because this update is clearly showing you that they are paying attention. That all you have to do is be a responsible individual and be, you know what I'm saying? It's stuff that they don't notice. It's stuff that they don't realize until it's brought to their attention. And all you got to do is just tell them, dog. That's like another reason, like I kind of been playing other games too and kind of staying off social media for the most part is because when you get on there, bro, it seems like only thing on my timeline is people whining like little girls, bro. And it's so annoying. It's like, bro, all you gotta do is tell them, hey, this is an issue. Can we get this fixed? That's it, man. They fixed that. That's good. New alternate uniform elements for Ohio, Notre Dame, Boston College, Tennessee, Tulane, Tulsa, Iowa State, Mississippi State, and Cincinnati. Okay. New updated or added home and or away sets elements for Washington, Liberty, West Virginia, Toledo, Georgia Tech, Houston, Tulane, Western Michigan, New Mexico State, Temple, and Cincinnati. And they adjusted current uniform sets for Central Michigan, North Carolina, and Marshall. Cool. I like the alternate uniforms. I need to go peep. We're going to have to peep those out. Tennessee, those are cool, man. I like that. Audio, crowd updates. Increased crowd reactions to big moments. That's always a plus. I'll never complain about that. Home field advantage pre-play swell tuning for different stadium attendance sizes. Cool. Updated crowd assets for general pregame and Road to Glory first-person runouts. Okay. What I think what they did with that crowd assets for general pregame and Road to Glory first-person. I don't know. Maybe they holding up signs or stuff. I don't know. We'll have to see. Deep pass anticipation reactions updated to improve timing. I guess the crowd reacting to a deep pass. I don't know. Tuning on-field collision sounds. Okay. Adjusted UI sounds across multiple modes. New crowd themes for the following schools. Note, new crowd themes included in this update are exclusive to which school you are playing against and the time of the year. So Akron, Appalachian State, Arizona State, Auburn, Baylor, Boise State. Y'all can go read through all of these schools. But I think that that's cool. They have new themes for, that's a good number of schools, guys. That's a good number of schools. But like they said, it depends on who you're playing and also the time of year, which is really interesting. SMU, I see them on the list. Texas State, Texas Tech. Okay. Crowd themes. And so what the crowd themes are, guys, you got to understand, that's like the stripe games and stuff like that. So like if you have the stripes, like if you have the blackout games or the all white or the checkerboards, that's the stuff that they're talking about. Music and sound effects and chants. Added the Oregon football theme. Added Mr. Brightside to Missouri. Added All Hail Washington State post, Washington State touchdown. Added music to the Vols chant at Tennessee. Added Pump It Up to Michigan after PAT on first touchdown. Update to Good Old Songs for Virginia. Added more chants for Arizona and added sound effects for Missouri State Cannon. This is cool. Like, they're just continually adding to the game. Commentary updates. Fixes for fair catch inconsistency. Fixes around PAT follow-ups. Adjustments to commentary banter frequency. Adjustments to commentary intros around ranked games. And then new mascots. Man. My boy Quadrille. Is that his name? On Twitter? The Old Dominion. He's a big fan of Old Dominion. They still haven't added the Old Dominion mascot in there. But they did add Appalachian State. They did add Virginia. They added UTEP, James Madison, and they added Memphis. Just be patient, big dog. They gonna get to Old Dominion. They're going to get to Old Dominion. Heck, they got Appalachian State and James Madison. Old Dominion got to be up there. And then field art updates. Added new Kansas waving wheat end zone design. And then various corrections for other field arts on other teams. Thank you all so much for your continued passion and dedication to College Football 26. We have more updates coming in the future that we're excited to share with you. We'll see you on the next Campus Huddle update. So, my takeaways from this buddy. Some very good quality of life stuff for Dynasty mode. But bro, this stuff right here is goated. This stuff right here, like this is the update that I think a lot of people were expecting on the last title update, which was what, like 2 weeks ago. So this is huge. This is going to be a very big update. This is a very important update. Blocking logic is improved, and defensive logic is improved as well. Like, this is huge. Let me know what y'all think about this down in the comment section down below. Can't wait for tomorrow to download this update, get on the game, and see just how much it's been improved. Look at some of the new stuff and things like that. Legendary been asking me to live stream, guys. I had planned on live streaming last week, but life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna make no guarantees on a live stream, but here's the deal. If I live stream, man, y'all gotta show up and show out. You know what I'm saying? The notifications. School finna start and stuff like that too. So my live streams may be limited to the weekends just because of that, and really more primarily like either your Saturdays or your Sundays, not Fridays. That's game nights, high school football. Bro, I'm going to be going to watch some football. Saturdays really is probably your college football days. So really and truly, man, if I live stream, I'm probably going to set a live stream schedule to maybe every Sunday. Every Sunday we'll do a live stream. You know, NFL is happening on those days as well. So, you know, let me know what y'all schedules look like, you know, and I'll put together a streaming schedule that can accommodate the majority. You know what I'm saying? Because too, the live streams are always recorded, so you can always come back and watch them, which some people actually do. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. That's all I got for right now. Till next time, thanks for watching. Peace.